So I just saw the Dane Dingham fight, and on the short that I did, I just didn't really get to go into all the detail that I wanted to go to. So this is just a video just to talk about the fight in general and what I felt about it. But before I actually get into that, I just want to say congratulations to Dane Dingham out the way. Great job on the TKO victory. He did get a TKO victory against Grant Dennis, and he dropped Grant Dennis 3 times in the 6th round. So, so good job on the victory with that. So with that being said, let me just talk about the fight in general. So in the first round, Grant Dennis was moving around quite a bit and he had a lot of nervous energy. However, he was able to land some significant right hands while he was on the move. Danny Dingham was trying to figure it out. And I think that that's the reason why I gave the first round to Grant Dennis. After that, it was all Dingham. Like Danny Dingham took over from round 2 all the way to round 6, ultimately where Danny Dingham was able to stop Grant Dennis. And before he stopped him, he was able to drop him 3 times in the 6th round before the referee was able to, before the referee stopped the fight. A few pieces with this fight that I want to highlight. One, Grant Dennis was doing a whole lot of moving around. He was running from round 2 to round 6. And it was evident that Danny Dingham was able to he was having to chase him around a lot. And I feel that one, the height advantage was also evident. But two, something that happened during the fight because of all this moving around that Grant Dennis was doing, some of these little weird orthodox shots that Grant Dennis was throwing actually did land. And it's funny because one of the shots landed on the nose and and Danny Dingham did get cut. But Danny Dingham obviously got cut on the eye, like close to the eye, off of a clash of heads. But something that I've noticed, and this is the thing that I wanted to highlight, something I noticed with all of the fights that I've seen Danny Dingham in, I've seen 2 other fights of Danny Dingham, is that he gets bloodied up easily. I'm talking about really easily. And it's so bad that one of the commentators even said in this fight, he said that Danny Dingham gets cut up so easily that he could actually get cut shadowboxing. So, I mean, that just shows that I'm not bugging, that Danny Dingham really has a problem getting cut up. So he really doesn't have the boxing DNA, you can say. Um, so at least genotypically, I think that's how you say it. Like as far as his face, body, his skin doesn't hold together too well. So I really don't know how that would translate to the elite fighters. And I know that he was defending his European WBO championship. And I know he wants some big name fights. But like Grant Dennis did not look like a pretty strong fighter. I mean, he's 38 years old. Seemed like he's been in there for a while. And just the few punches that he threw were cutting Danny Dingham a lot. And so I don't know. It's just weird. If you look at his face at the end of the fight, he looks like the one that got busted up. Even though he dropped Grant Dennis 3 times. So that's something that we got to look at going forward when it comes to Danny Dingham. I am interested to see him again. However, he has to work on getting his head off the line. He does not get his head off the line at all. Now it could have been the fact that he was very confident fighting Grant Dennis, and he felt that Grant Dennis was running a whole lot, so he just felt that he could just keep his head straight up. But he was throwing, and his head was just straight on the line the whole time. and anybody that has a decent counter could have caught him very easily. So that's just something that I was able to bring from the fight, or that I was able to watch from the fight. Um, yeah, all in all, it was a good performance. Obviously, I mean it ended out the way that he needed to end out. He's on the winning streak again, and yeah, it's good to see. Congratulations to Dignum again. Great show in the UK. And yeah, so hopefully we get to see a little bit more of him. But I think some lower level competition, actually the same level or a little bit higher, would be good. But I don't think anybody uh, like in the top three fighters in the WBO really need to be. I don't think Dignum needs to be seeing them anytime soon. It just the way that this fight came across, but he was in control. I don't want to sit here and say that he wasn't in control. It's just the fact of getting cut like that seems to be a little weird. But maybe he's got a chin that I don't know about. So we'll see about that. So y'all let me know what you think about Danny Dignum. If you think that he's deserving of some top level fighters, or if this is sort of the pinnacle where he needs to be at in his career. All right. So with that being said, I hope that y'all have a really great Friday evening and also a amazing weekend. And with that being said, peace, one love. We out of here.